Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Ross Benjamin, SBR contributor. And this morning, we're going to give you a quick pitching report for a couple of games. How you doing this morning, Ross?
Very well, Dex. How about you make yourself, buddy?
I'm doing all right, my man. So let's start looking at the pitchers that are coming from the A's and the Rangers game. And let's start talking about specifically Jason Hamill, who actually came over from a trade from the Cubbies to the A's, and he's pretty much having a rough time getting in sync with the team. Now, Ross, have you seen any positive notes in his most recent starts that would indicate otherwise?
Well, I certainly have, Dex. As a matter of fact, in his last 4 starts, he's been terrific. He's posted a stellar 2.36 ERA and an excellent 0.71 whip in those outings. He's also seen each of his 4 starts, his last 4 starts, I should say, at home, all go under the total. And he's been dominant in doing so with a 1.35 ERA. It hasn't contributed to wins in these cases because of the fact that he has been victimized by a lack of run support. But he's certainly shown positive signs of snapping out of that slump he was in after coming over from the trade from the Chicago Cubs.
All right, that's always good news, especially when you're getting accustomed to a new team. All right, let's start talking about the veteran Colby Lewis of the Rangers. Now, how has his performance looked in recent starts and pretty much overall in the 2014 season, Ross?
Well, let's just focus in on his home starts this season. I mean, he is at home tonight, by the way, folks. He's really struggled at home, going 4-9 against the money with a large 6.29 ERA. He's really shown a propensity to give up home runs at an all too frequent rate over his last 7 starts, Dex. In those 7 starts, he allowed a whopping 12 home runs in 47 innings, and that equates to 1 home run with 3.9 innings pitched. It's awful tough to win that way.
Yeah, no doubt, my man. Now, considering the factors that you just pointed out, which of these 2 hurlers would give bettors an edge for this game?
Well, let's look at the A's. They're 13th in all of baseball with 144 home runs hit this season. And we just alluded to the vulnerability of Lewis in that area where he's been very prone to giving up the long ball. Hamill seems to be settling into a nice groove of late and should finally get some run support tonight. My betting edge goes to Jason Hamill of the A's over Colby Lewis of the Texas Rangers.
All right, good stuff. Now let's look at the other pitchers from the Royals and the White Sox game. Now, the Royals hurler James Shields has been a fundamental part of their success this season. But what else can you tell us about him heading into tonight's start, Ross?
Well, he's seen none of his previous 5 starts go over the total, Dax, and he's been superb in doing so, posting an excellent 1.75 ERA, a 0.81 whip, and a 10-to-1 strikeout-to-walk ratio over those 5 outings. He's also gone 3-1 against the money versus the White Sox in 2014 with a stellar 2.67 ERA in those 4 starts. And boy, oh boy, Shields has been a big-time pitcher over the years at crunch time. So he looks like he's rounding right into that type of form right now.
Now, Ross, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm thinking that Jose Quintana of the White Sox has been brutally victimized simply for pitching for a poor ball club this season. Now, do you find that to be the case when you're actually going through your due diligence this morning?
I certainly do, Dex. That's a very accurate assessment. As a matter of fact, Quintana enters tonight in solid form over his last 3 starts with a 2.04 ERA and a better than 7-to-1 strikeout-to-walk ratio, and none of those 4 outings went over the total. Home runs against Quintana have come few and far between this season. The White Sox right-hander has allowed just 9 homers in 193 innings of work in 2014. That includes just 1 home run allowed at home in 85 2/3 innings of work. Bad news for Quintana. He's gone 0-3 against money versus the Royals this season with an unimpressive 4.43 ERA.
All right, that last thing kind of threw me off there. I was thinking that we might have an easier pick here, but out of these 2 solid performers, who are you giving the lean to?
Well, James Shields has proven on several occasions through his career he can be counted on in big games. This one certainly qualifies as a big game for the Royals. Trail the Detroit Tigers going into tonight by a half a game for the lead in the AL Central. And for that reason, I'm giving the wagering edge here to James Shields of the Royals over Jose Quintana of the Chicago White Sox.
All right, good stuff, my man. As always, it's a pleasure talking baseball with you, and I look forward to talk some more tomorrow.
Thank you, Dex. Thank you for having me, and have a great day.
It's always a pleasure, my man, and you do the same. And everyone that's watching, I hope they have a great day as well. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.